Hey everyone! Welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into a topic that demands our attention and empathy, the homeless crisis in the United States. But before we get into the nitty-gritty details, let's take a moment to truly grasp the gravity of this situation. Picture this, bustling city streets lined with skyscrapers, bustling with life and energy. Yet, amidst the hustle and bustle, there exists a silent epidemic, homelessness. And today, we're shining a light on the top 10 cities in the U.S. where this crisis hits hardest. But this isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. No, it's about the real people with real stories who call these streets home. We'll peel back the layers of stigma and misconception to reveal the raw truth behind these statistics. So, join us on this journey of awareness and understanding as we navigate through the landscapes of homelessness in America. It's time to open our hearts, open our minds, and open our eyes to the realities facing so many of our fellow citizens. Number 1. Let's have a little chat about New York City, the Big Apple, the city that never sleeps, or as some call it, the concrete jungle. Now, when we talk about NYC, we've got to address some of the realities alongside the bright lights and bustling streets. One of those realities is the homeless population. So, picture this. In the grand scheme of things, New York is home to around 88,025 individuals without a permanent roof over their heads. Now, if we crunch the numbers, that roughly translates to about 10.6 homeless folks per 1,000 residents. Yeah, it's a staggering figure, no doubt. Now, here's where things get a bit somber. Over the span of 2020 to 2024, we witnessed a 13% increase in homelessness. That's not the kind of statistic you want to see trending upwards. It tells us there's a deeper issue at play, something we as a community need to address. But let me tell you, amidst the skyscrapers and the hustle, there are countless individuals and organizations tirelessly working to combat homelessness in NYC. From shelters to outreach programs, there's a network of support trying to make a difference, one person at a time. New York City's got heart, resilience, and a spirit that refuses to be dimmed, even in the face of challenges like this. So while we acknowledge the issue, let's also remember the hope and humanity that persist in the streets of this remarkable city. Number 2. Los Angeles. Alright, folks, let's talk New Los Angeles, the city of dreams, palm trees, and yes, unfortunately, a growing issue we can't turn a blind eye to. Homelessness. Now, I know what you're thinking, hey, isn't LA all glitz and glam? Well, sure, it's got its fair share of shiny attractions, but it's also home to a vibrant and diverse population facing some real challenges. Now, let's dive into the numbers, because knowledge is power, right? We've got a homeless population of 71,320 souls. That's not just a statistic, those are real people with real stories and real struggles. And when we break it down, we're looking at an estimated rate of 18.7 per 1,000 residents. It's a tough reality to swallow, but it's one we've got to face head-on. And here's the kicker. From 2020 to 2024, we've seen a 12% increase in homelessness. Yeah, you heard me right, an increase. It's not a trend we want to see, folks, but it's the reality we're dealing with. Now, I'm not here to just throw numbers at you and call it a day. No, sir. We're in this together as a community. We've got to roll up our sleeves, put our heads together, and come up with real, tangible solutions. Whether it's affordable housing, access to mental health services, or just a helping hand to get folks back on their feet, every little bit counts. So, let's not shy away from the tough conversations. Let's not sweep this issue under the rug. Let's stand tall, shoulder to shoulder, and make New Los Angeles a city where everyone has a chance to thrive. Because that's the kind of city we want to be, isn't it? Number 3. Seattle, Washington. Next we talk Seattle and its ever-evolving homeless scene. So, picture this. Nestled in the beautiful Pacific Northwest, surrounded by lush greenery and the calming waters of Puget Sound, lies the Emerald City. But behind the postcard-perfect facade, there's a different reality for many. As of now, Seattle's homeless population stands at 14,149 souls. Now, let's crunch some numbers. That's about 18.9 individuals per 1,000 residents. Yep, you heard it right. Nearly 19 out of every 1,000 people in this city are experiencing homelessness. But here's the kicker. The story doesn't end there. Nope, it's a tale of change, my friend. From the year 2020 to 2024, there's been some movement in those numbers. Some good, some not so much. It's like a roller coaster ride, with highs and lows, twists and turns. Now, I wish I could give you a simple answer about the change in homelessness over those years, but it's not that straightforward. Policies shift, economic tides ebb and flow, and societal factors play their part. But what's important is that we keep the conversation going, keep working towards solutions, and keep supporting those who need it most. Seattle's a city of contrasts, for sure. From soaring skyscrapers to makeshift tents under overpasses, it's all here. But through it all, there's a spirit of resilience, a sense of community, and a determination to make things better. So, let's keep talking, keep listening, and keep striving for a brighter tomorrow, together. Number 4. San Diego, California. Next, we talk about San Diego's homeless situation. It's a tough reality we can't ignore. As of now, we've got about 10,264 people without a place to call home in the city. Wrap your head around that for a moment. That's roughly 7.4 out of every 1,000 residents. It's not just a number. It's people struggling to get by, facing challenges most of us can't even imagine. Between 2020 and 2024, we've seen a whopping 34% increase in homelessness. That's not a minor uptick. It's a significant jump, and it demands our attention. Sure, we can throw around statistics and policies, but let's not lose sight of the human side of things. Each of those numbers represents a person, a neighbor, a friend, someone's child, who's fallen on hard times. So, what can we do? We need to come together as a community, support each other, and push for real solutions. It's not just about finding a roof to put over their heads. It's about providing support, dignity, and a pathway to stability. San Diego is known for its beauty and vibrant culture, but it's time we shine that same light on our most vulnerable residents. It's time to show compassion, empathy, and a willingness to roll up our sleeves and make a difference. Number 5. Colorado. All right, folks, let's talk about Denver, Colorado. We've got a situation brewing, and it's not pretty. We're talking about our neighbors, our fellow Denverites, who are facing some tough times, homelessness. Numbers don't lie, and here's the cold, hard truth. Denver's homeless population is standing at 10,054 strong. That's not just a statistic. Those are real people struggling to get by. And when you break it down, that's an estimated 14.1 homeless individuals per 1,000 folks. Wrap your head around that for a minute. But wait, there's more. Between 2020 and 2023, we've seen a jaw-dropping 65% increase in homelessness. 65%? That's not a small jump, that's a crisis unfolding before our eyes. Now, we can't just sit back and watch this happen. We've got to step up, Denver. We need to rally together, roll up our sleeves, and tackle this issue head-on. It's going to take more than just good intentions, we need action. Affordable housing, support services, community outreach, we've got to throw everything we've got at this problem. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together. Denver's got heart, we know that. Now let's show the world what we're made of. Number 6. San Jose, California. Now when you think about San Jose, you might imagine the thriving tech scene, the vibrant culture, and the beautiful weather. And while all of that is true, there's also a side to the city that we can't overlook, its homeless population. As of now, San Jose is home to around 9,903 individuals experiencing homelessness. That's a significant number, especially when you consider that it translates to about 10.2 per 1,000 residents. Now, I know numbers can sometimes feel a bit abstract, but let's put it in perspective. That's like every 100th person you meet in San Jose being without a stable place to call home. Now, from 2020 to 2024, there's been a 3% increase in homelessness in the city. It's not a massive spike, but any increase in homelessness is concerning because behind those statistics are real people facing real challenges. You see, homelessness isn't just a number. It's a complex issue with many underlying causes. It could be due to job loss, mental health struggles, or simply the lack of affordable housing options. And addressing it requires a multifaceted approach that involves not just providing shelter, but also tackling the root causes. Fortunately, there are organizations and individuals in San Jose working tirelessly to support the homeless community. Whether it's through providing temporary housing, mental health services, or employment assistance, there's a lot of compassion and effort going into making a positive difference. So, when we talk about San Jose, let's not forget about the challenges that some of its residents are facing. And let's also remember that as a community, there's a lot we can do to lend a helping hand and work towards a more inclusive and supportive city for. Number 7. Oakland. Let's talk about Oakland's homeless population. Picture this. Nearly 10,000 people living without a roof over their heads in the heart of the Bay Area. That's a pretty stark reality check, isn't it? So, the numbers say it all. Around 22.7 out of every 1,000 residents in Oakland are experiencing homelessness. Now, that's not just a statistic. It's a reflection of a systemic issue that's been brewing for years. And here's the kicker. From 2020 to 2024, homelessness spiked up by a whopping 20%. That's not just a blip on the radar, that's a full-blown crisis. But let's not get lost in the numbers. Behind every figure is a person with a story, with dreams, and with struggles that most of us can't even imagine. These are our neighbors, our fellow Oaklanders, and they deserve more than just a passing glance. So, what's the plan? Well, it's gonna take more than just good intentions to tackle this issue. We need real, tangible solutions. That means investing in affordable housing, providing support for mental health services, and creating pathways for folks to get back on their feet. Sure, it's gonna be a tough road ahead, but Oakland has never been one to back down from a challenge. We're a city that thrives on resilience, on community, and on looking out for one another. So let's roll up our sleeves, get to work, and show the world what Oakland is truly made of. Together, we can make a difference. Number 8. Phoenix, Arizona. Now, Phoenix is known for its sunny skies and warm weather, but there's a shadow looming over the city: homelessness. It's a tough reality that 9,642 individuals in Phoenix don't have a place to call home. That's a big number, especially when you consider that it translates to around 5.9 out of every 1,000 people being homeless. It's a stark reminder that behind the glitz and glamour, there are folks struggling to make ends meet. What's even more concerning is the trend we've been seeing. Over the last few years, there's been a whopping 30% increase in homelessness. That's a significant jump and speaks volumes about the challenges people are facing in our community. But let's not get lost in the numbers. Each person experiencing homelessness has a story of setbacks, resilience, and hope. They're our neighbors, and they deserve our compassion and support. Thankfully, there are bright spots in this tough situation. Organizations and volunteers are working tirelessly to provide assistance and resources to those in need. From shelters to outreach programs, there are people on the ground making a difference every day. And while solving homelessness is a complex issue, it's one that we can't ignore. As a community, we need to come together to address the root causes and find sustainable solutions. Whether it's through advocacy, volunteering, or simply lending a helping hand to someone in need, we all have a role to play. Number 9. Sacramento, California. Sacramento's got a lot going for it. It's the capital of the Golden State, with its bustling energy and diverse culture. But, like many cities across the globe, it's grappling with a challenging issue: homelessness. Now, I know the numbers might seem daunting, but let's break it down. In Sacramento, we've got an estimated 9,281 people experiencing homelessness. That's a significant figure, roughly 17.6 individuals per 1,000. And you know what's really eye-opening? Between 2020 and 2024, there was a staggering 68% increase in homelessness. Yeah, it's a tough reality to face. But here's the thing: behind those statistics are real people, each with their own story and struggles. Sacramento, like many cities, is working hard to address this issue, with various initiatives and support networks in place. From shelters to outreach programs, the community is coming together to lend a hand. It's not an easy problem to solve, that's for sure. But by raising awareness, fostering compassion, and taking action, we can all play a part in making Sacramento, and every city, a more inclusive and supportive place for everyone. Let's dive into the nitty-gritty of our list. Number 10. San Francisco, California. Now, we're talking about a city that's known for its iconic Golden Gate Bridge, cable cars, and of course, its vibrant culture. But alongside all the glitz and glam, there's a sobering reality: homelessness. As of the latest data, San Francisco is home to 7,582 individuals experiencing homelessness. Now, let that sink in for a moment. That's 7,582 people who don't have a stable roof over their heads, navigating life's challenges on the streets. If we crunch some numbers, that translates to an estimated rate of 9.4 homeless individuals per 1,000 people. Now, those figures may seem abstract, but behind each number is a story, a struggle, and a human being deserving of dignity and support. Now, here's a glimmer of hope amidst the statistics. From 2020 to 2024, there's been a 7% decrease in homelessness in San Francisco. Now, any progress in addressing such a complex issue is worth celebrating, but there's still much work to be done. So, while San Francisco shines bright with its iconic skyline and bustling streets, let's also shine a light on those who are often overlooked. The individuals experiencing homelessness, and work towards solutions that offer them the opportunity for a brighter tomorrow.